The conversation about the unfortunate reality that one way or another, JD Vance is likely to sort of be the president under Trump is really coming to a head as we realize that he has absolutely no idea what's going on. And it's completely terrifying as Trump being president for 4 years is. The idea of JD Vance kind of being the president is also terrifying. We're going to look at just about a minute of an interview he gave to Fox News over the weekend. And he just doesn't really know what's happening. Now, of course, there's a whole bunch of different reasons being cited for why JD Vance is really going to be the president. One sort of line of thinking is that Trump, as he continues to deteriorate, is just not going to be able to do it. Another is Trump doesn't seem that interested really in being president. He seems much more interested in being at Mar-a-Lago rather than in Washington, D.C. And the more that Trump is there, the more it's going to put JD Vance in a position to sort of really be the president. And then thirdly, there's, of course, this other idea that this is all a plan to make JD Vance the nominee in 2028, maybe with Don Jr. as his running mate, maybe with somebody else. And of course, part of positioning him to be a natural fit to be nominee in 2028 is giving him increasing responsibility and visibility as vice president to sort of be the pseudo president. Anyway, the bad news I have for you is this guy is clueless. And here he is in what was billed as an important one-on-one with Fox News, not making a lot of sense. Take a listen.
I wish Joe Biden all the best, but the fact is he has left us dumpster fire, not just at the border, but also with the economy. First of all, we know that prices are way too high for many Americans. We have to work every single day to stabilize prices for American families.
Now, of course, JD again is alluding to we're going to bring prices down in absolute terms. It's not just we will slow inflation, which has slowed dramatically. We are going to bring prices down. I don't want to repeat myself and do this on every other show, but I've already explained to you how, number one, actual absolute price declines are extraordinarily unlikely. And secondly, if they were to take place, it would further suggest that the economy is actually going in the wrong direction because you really only see significant absolute price declines when something is wrong with the economy. Let's continue.
But Shannon, everything that he's bragging about ignores the fact that he has added trillions and trillions of dollars to the federal debt during a time of peace. He has left us with bond yields, meaning how are we going to finance that debt? We have to sell Treasury bonds. And the Treasury bonds have gotten more expensive because of Joe Biden's policies. So you go issue after issue. Oil prices are now shooting through the roof in the final 2 months of Joe Biden's administration, in part because of decisions that Joe Biden has made over the last few weeks. He actually hasn't left the American people in good economic condition. That's why they made Donald J. Trump the president-elect of the United States. So we've got a lot of work to do. I remain fundamentally, and you know this, Shannon, I'll always be an optimist about our country, but I think that that optimism has to start with a bit of realism. And the real truth is that Joe Biden has left us a dumpster fire. Donald Trump is going to have to put it out. But
yeah. So listen, I've got good news and I've got bad news for you. Okay. The good news is we're going to have a very clear transition day. It will be January 20th. On the show that we do the day after that, I will come to you with total humility and tact, and I will say, here's the unemployment rate. Here's the year-over-year inflation rate. Here's where wages have been. Here's the level of the stock market. Here is GDP. Here are gas prices. We're going to look at it. And then as we go forward, maybe we'll do it quarterly, I don't know, we will compare where things are. Now, that's the good news. The good news is we're going to be able to objectively look at this stuff. The bad news, as you probably suspect, is that the people that listen to JD don't give a crap what the numbers are. They are just going to say, they fixed the economy, everything's better. Even if unemployment is up and job growth slows down and the stock market doesn't do well and on and on and on, they are going to insist, we already know they are going to insist that Trump improve the economy. Now, I do everything I can to put my partisan views aside and to objectively look at the economy. The economy was pretty damn good at the beginning of Trump's presidency. Not quite as robust job growth as at the end of Obama's term. Not blaming or crediting, just these are the facts. but it was a pretty solid economy. And it likely would have been no matter who was the president at that point in time. Then Trump bungled COVID recovery. And of course, things went downhill very quickly. So we're going to track these numbers. It's not going to be some mysterious thing. We will have average job creation under Biden per month. We will get it under Trump. We'll see what the stock market does. We'll see all of it. I predict that they are going to lie to you about it. So many different VPNs reach out to me wanting to advertise on the show, and I always turn them down because most of them do not pass the sniff test. Most VPNs are all owned by the same big mysterious company. They log your internet activity so they can sell it or give it to law enforcement. And these VPNs are just out to make a buck without really protecting your privacy. The only VPN I trust enough to have as a sponsor is Private Internet Access. Our sponsor, Private Internet Access, is the only VPN who has proven multiple times in legal proceedings they don't keep logs of your activity. The judge ordered that PIA show user activity history. Each time they demonstrated they don't have the records. That no log policy is also independently audited by Deloitte. And PIA is also open source. So you can also see in the code that none of your activity is being logged. And you can protect unlimited devices with just a single account. Private Internet Access is giving my audience 83% off, which is just $203 a month, plus 4 extra months for free. Go to piavpn.com/Pacman. The link is down below.